Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Friday. This is Eileen Gottlieb, the Heart Healer, and I'm here to share some important information with you. Facebook Lives are an interesting dynamic. Some of us feel very comfortable with them, and some of us are a little challenged. And so as I step into the energy that I'm supposed to be stepping into, I am hoping that I will become increasingly more comfortable in offering information through this form of technology. We have a really amazing energy that we are all currently in. And it is my heart's desire to share with you some wisdom that will help you navigate it a bit, and also to make a conscious choice as to how you're going to maximize your benefit, right? So for those of you that don't know me, I'm called the Heart Healer because it is my soul's purpose for being here to remind us all how our soul's purpose is to remember how to be a loving presence in our relationship with ourselves first. Then it is with our source as we believe it to be, and with others and our life experiences. Because who we're being in this relationship with ourselves is the key to everything. It is how we manifest. But what's really happening is that so much of how we manifest is through our subconscious mind, and we're not even aware of it. So we're dealing with so much energy, the result of so much, that we don't know how we've done it, right? Welcome, Razy. Thank you so much for joining me. And so as I've been moving through this month of December, and I have been up and down like a yo-yo, quite frankly. Some days I'm feeling really peaceful, and other days it feels like a roller coaster, and I don't love roller coasters. I am not one of those people that loves getting on them and says, ooh, let's do it again. No, not me. I like my life to be not so much in control of it, but for it to be peaceful. I like to create peace in my life. And so when things get chaotic around me, I pull in farther, because the place where the peace is for me is in my heart. And so I'll hide in my house. Thank God I have a cute little house that keeps me very happy, and that I'm grateful to be able to welcome other people into to share healing time with, whether we're on the phone, by Zoom, or in person. I feel very blessed to have created the life that I have that brings me so much joy. And so my question for you is, have you done the same? Have certain things been limiting you that you haven't been able to figure out what it is that you're doing or that you're not doing in order to create the change that your heart so desires? And are you frustrated and anxious about it? If you are, I understand the feeling. The energy of December, this December, it's just wild when you think about it. There is so much energy astrologically that is supporting us, but it's also driving us all a little bit crazy because it's pushing our buttons. It's asking us to pay attention, right? So in this month of December, it's the end of a month. We just passed the winter solstice mark on the 21st, last Saturday, which was the end of a season, beginning of a new season. Thursday was the beginning of a new lunar cycle, right? And now we completed and are beginning, but we also had a solar eclipse cycle. Hey, Brenda, welcome, welcome. Grateful you're here with me. Okay, so new moon cycle, solar eclipse, end of the month, end of a year, end of a decade, end of a season, end of a lunar cycle, a lot of completion. It almost feels like springtime, where you feel like, oh, I need to clean out the closets and clean out the drawers and let me wash things down a little bit more than I normally do to get ready for the new season. Well, this is so much more than that. This solar eclipse is the energy that I wanted to talk to you about. And the two secrets I want to share with you are being able to utilize the energy that we're in and maximize it so that you benefit from it rather than pushing against it, feeling the resistance and being in struggle is one. And two is who you're being in the experience is the only part of it that's important. Because who you're being in that relationship with you is the way that you make your choices. I can't emphasize that enough. And if your relationship with yourself is challenged, if you're not comfortable in your skin, if breathing into your heart makes you feel edgy because you're just not feeling safe there, perhaps you have childhood issues that are traumas, absenteeism, a feeling of abandonment, emotional trauma, PTSD. Perhaps you've been in the military and you've got PTSD from that that's even triggered more of your childhood issues. Perhaps you had an image of what your life was going to be like and it hasn't turned out that way. And you're stuck in the old image. Perhaps your relationships are not where you would like them to be. If you're not comfortable in your skin, how is it that one can expect themselves to be comfortable with someone else? It begins with us. I want to share with you why this time and how to work with this energy so that you can really take advantage of it and benefit from it. This solar eclipse energy, if you're not familiar with solar eclipses, they run in 18-year cycles. I did a gathering at my home Saturday night, and part of the process that we did was a guided meditation to tap back into the last 18-year cycles that this particular eclipse energy is connected to. So do this with me if you would like, right? So we're in 2019. The last time this particular eclipse energy cycled through was in 2001. The time before that was 1983. The time before that was 1965. And if you're still with me age-wise, then we go back to 1947. So I took a look as I was doing this. I tapped in at the same time that I was guiding a meditation, and what came up for me was in 2001, my dearest friend who helped me to wake up to my spirit connection, to wake up to my knowing of why I'm here, had died that year. She transitioned to spirit. And for the few years before that, she kept saying to me, Eileen, it's your time. Hey, Cindy, welcome. She kept saying to me, it's your time. You need to start doing readings. You need to start serving in this way. And I would say to her, nah, you're the psychic. I'm the healer. I do the facilitation of healing. I do the energy work. You do the readings. And she kept saying to me, you need to start doing it now. And when she transitioned, it was like a babe, a nestling being booted out of the nest. And I had to find my wings. And it wasn't easy. But what I found was when I followed what my intuition, now that I was connected to it, guided me to, it all worked out. When I resisted that, when I pushed against it, when I doubted it, when I didn't trust it, that's when stuff happened. And you know what I mean by stuff, right? Okay. So then I looked back. Yes, thank you, Brenda. 2001, 1983, 1965, 1947. Thank you for putting that in the posting. I appreciate that. So then I quickly went back. Okay, so what happened in 1983? I loved my husband that I was married to. Many of you don't even know that I had a marriage. And it's not something that I talk about. It feels like it was in another lifetime, but I was grateful for the experience. It did not turn out the way I wanted it to. It took me a while to find who I was when I wasn't married. That identity was a challenge for me to shift out of. So 1983 was a year of separation and getting back together and figuring out, how am I supposed to honor who I am being in a relationship that I can't be who I am? So that was another trigger. And this is all about being visible. It's all about being seen. And this is important, that we tap into these things for ourselves so that we know what we're dealing with and we can make conscious choices as to what to do next. 1965, where was I? I was a senior. No, I was in 8th grade. I was in 8th grade. I was, I think, 13 years old, something like that. That was the year that I was bat mitzvahed. It was a year of stepping into visibility as a Jewish woman, quote unquote, still a child, but in the eyes of my religious upbringing, I was now considered a woman. Visibility, standing in one's light, right? I'm looking at what Brenda says, looking at mine too. Interesting. Thank you. That's why I was guided to do this, Brenda, because I know how important it is that we get this. And that once we get this, it makes life so much easier, and so many of us are struggling. And I want to do what I'm sole purposed to do to help those of you that resonate with who I am, how I speak, what I teach, so that I can make it easier for you by helping you to identify ways that you can be more comfortable in your skin, right? So, visibility. Doing this is part of my stepping into my visibility and helping more people with what I know. I know I'm good at what I do, but I also know that I'm limited in the number of people that I'm able to help when I stay working one-on-one. So I know that I've been guided over and over again, and I've been resistant to doing it, and that's stepping into a bigger role, a way of connecting with more of you. And it brings my heart joy to know that that's why I'm here. So the solar eclipse energy, as I said, is 18-year cycles. Take a look at what's been going on in your life. What are you struggling with right now? Where is it showing up in your life? Is it showing up in your relationships, in your business, in your relationships with your family, with your children, if you have them, with your friends? It's all a mirror of who you are with you. So start there. This energy of the solar eclipse is potent right now, and will be so for the next several weeks. So what I want to offer you is this. There is a wonderful process that I started teaching this past year. I've been working with it, and many of us have, for many years, probably a good 10 years or more. And it is the Ho'oponopono. And that is the ancient Hawaiian process for forgiveness, clearing, healing. There are many different words that people identify with this beautiful, ancient, and very powerful process. And what it is for me is, it is the prayer, which is, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Or you can just say I love you, or you can just say thank you, or you can say the 4 phrases in any order that you want. There's a great deal of grace in this, right? This is an integral part of how I am working with clients right now. The reason is because it is so powerful. So part of what I'm offering to clients now, if you would like to join me in this, is a very special package. I've never offered a package this inexpensively before, or affordably before, shall we say, right? And the reason I was guided to do it is because it needs to be available. So I'm offering 2 options, and the link in the post to get more information will take you to a web page which will give you all the information, including pricing, that you need. And I'm available if you have any questions. Connect with me through Facebook. If you know me or you're already a client, text me. I will be happy to speak to you. You can connect with me through my website, Ilene, I-L-E-N-E, thehearthealer.com. On the /contact page, you can send me a message through there if we don't have a relationship yet, and that's your best way of connecting with me, and I will respond quickly, I promise. This work is simple, and when I say simple, we can teach it to children, but it's powerful. And I will share with you my story someday, but not right now. For me, the power in it has been a healing of PTSD from childhood. And that's enough for me to share for right now. It has been an extraordinary year to see the change in one particular relationship in my life that was such a source of PTSD, anxiety, ungroundedness, trauma, emotional upset, you name it. All the things that perhaps you've experienced. And I am where it was 90-some% challenging, it's reversed. It's 90-some% fulfilling and joyful to have this relationship in my life. And I knew that I was the one that needed to heal this. But I don't know all the pieces of it. All I did was Ho'oponopono. Every day I would say to whatever memory or data is in me that is a source of suffering for this person that I am to atone for. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. That's all I did. Every day and whenever I thought about it. And before I would have interaction with this individual, I would say it again. And I would choose when to engage and when not, because the more we engage, the more we create of exactly what we don't feel comfortable with. So there are some core nuances to doing this work. If you haven't studied it, it's my joy in this first session, whether you choose to do a 3-session special package with me for solar eclipse clearing, or you want to do 1 session, I promise you, with whatever work we do together, you will complete your time with me with a tool that you can use for everything and anything that is an issue for you or that you see as a challenge or an aspect of limitation. Whether it's a physical dis-ease, emotional, thinking process, so it's part of the mental part of us, maybe it's belief systems, relationship issues, spiritual connection, whatever it is that you find that ails you, this will help you. I promise. There is no doubt in my mind that it is effective for everything, and there's a reason why. Because everything that we're creating is based on memory and data. Think of a computer. We get to only see the screen. I mean, I see my screen in front of me. I see that Brenda and Cindy and Razy have joined me and they've made comments, right? Well, the thing is that I have no idea how it works. I don't know what goes on behind that screen. And there are what? Millions, if not billions, of processes that create the image and our ability to go live on this technology and watch someone else and save the video and post it and all the things that we do and we don't really think about it. How we create in this world is the same way. Memory and data, think of it as the energy that's a part of the matrix of who we are, that's part of our internal selves, whatever that means to you, and it all lives in our subconscious mind. Our cells and our soul essence are pure love. They're well, they're healthy, there's nothing wrong with them. But there is information that gets projected through them and onto them based on who we are being and the experiences we're having during this human journey. When I teach this, I make it really simple. Whatever it is that's a challenge, all it is energy. You get to choose to engage with it and make more of that kind of energy, or you get to put into motion the process of clearing it, which is what the I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you is all about. It is so simple, trust me. It's the only way that I would be willing to teach it, because I won't give something that's complicated. No one can stick with it. Even this, we trip over ourselves sometimes with being consistent with doing something that's so simple, but that's part of being human. And so we do our best to encourage each other, to work with what we know are our limitations, and even work on clearing that. Because whatever it is that doesn't feel good, that's what we're here to clear. And when I clear from me, then I'm gifting you with the clearing of the same energy if you're holding it. And when you do it for you, you're helping me. And we're helping each other and all of humanity and Mother Earth and every living sentient being. And there are many that believe that's everything, even what we don't think is alive, like a rock. It is. It has its own type of consciousness. And so when we respect all that is around us and know that it's a part of us, if we do this, we're helping the all of us. Every time we breathe into and out of our heart centers, a waveform of love emanates from each of us. And it just flows and touches everything and everyone in its path to infinity and back. The simplest things are truly the most powerful. And so it is my joy to have spent this time with you and to share a little bit of wisdom with you on this beautiful Friday afternoon. Let me just see if there are any questions. Let's see. Razy says, so grateful to you for sharing. Oh, my joy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Razy. It is my joy. Cheryl, welcome. I see that you joined. I'm very grateful. Does anyone have any questions on anything that I've just shared about? And for those of you that are watching the replay, just print in the, put in the post watching replay. And if you have any questions, I will get a notification and I will pop back on as often and as quickly as I can and answer any questions that you have. This special solar eclipse clearing process is available at the link in the subject matter of this post. Take a peek at it, see if it speaks to you. If it does, it is my absolute joy to serve you and to make your completion of 2019 and stepping into 2020 the most powerful, most joyful, most empowered experience that we can create together. All right, I don't see any questions right now. Hi, Cheryl, thanks for the hello. All right. Any other questions or any thoughts that you want to share? Anything that you want me to talk about to continue our conversation here? I'm just watching our posting here. I'm okay if there isn't. You can always reach out to me individually. If doing it publicly is not comfortable for you, I am happy to speak with you and answer any questions that you have that has to do with how I can serve you or anything that we've talked about today during this Facebook Live. All right, I am going to, with love in my heart, send you off for a beautiful Friday evening. Have a wonderful weekend. Know that I surround you with love, and it is my joy to share this time with you. I am Eileen Gottlieb, the Heart Healer. Have a wonderful day. Blessings. Bye-bye.